Looking for your next night out in Worcester? Tee-Up Taproom is the place to be. With 5 golf simulator bays, more than 20 dartboards, a full bar and kitchen, and leagues for both golf and darts running year-round, Tee-Up is the go-to spot for competition and community. Swing by Tee-Up Taproom at 70 James Street in Worcester and see why it's the city's home for golf, darts, and good times.
Sorry, folks, I had no idea that they started. 59 there scored from Ron Sargent, so coming in a little bit late to this game. Sorry, 68 scored. Whoa. I'm not sure what's going on with this scoreboard here. There we go. 59 scored there from Ron Sargent, correcting his score down to 104. And Berto already half step behind here, trying to find his way in there. Might be using new darts as well. New equipment for Berto, making some changes in the final week of Season 3, well, regular season. Could be Berto's final week of Season 3, depending on how things pan out. And Ron going for 54 double ball and getting punished with the double 9. So we have joined this game late, folks, but we are already seeing some ridiculousness from Ron Sargent. So we'll have to see how that plays out, leaving himself 7, I believe. And Berto all the way back on 225. And 60 only found, so Berto able to find his way down to 165, but 165 is not enough for a chance at an out. Ron looking to correct. 3-2 is the way he chooses. Up to the Madhouse double 1, and he finds it with that third dart. So Ron Sargent, 82.33, taking out that 7. Actually hurts his average considerably, so 71.57, no slouch here in this opening leg. And again, I apologize for jumping in late. I had no idea that they started. But now we get a fresh start here for the second leg of this game. Berto only able to lead off with 41. Ron just above that red bit there with that first start. Not able to make the correction with the second. Able to find it with the third, though. Ron really starting to turn a corner with his game. Last season, we saw of Ron Sargent a lot of trouble with math, a lot of trouble with consistency. I mean, he was always able to find big visits, find big numbers, but he wasn't always able to put it together, especially in the back half of legs when he was trying to get out. But now Ron Sargent has turned into a new beast. The old boat has gotten some new engines. Not able to find the big 180 there. You can see how he felt about it with only ton 40 scored. Not the whole chalupa. He wanted the whole 180. And Berto Santos not finding much of anything. Great third dart to really save that visit, but the first two, quite scary to stare down. Putting all that pressure on that third dart. Berto, great darts there. Ron looking for the big correction himself. Can't grab it, so only able to find 45. And Berto now half step behind, but he's able to start finding a home here on this triple 20 segment. So if he can continue this, finding a big ton, he might actually look to give Ron some serious trouble here. One of the unfortunate things about Berto's game this entire season is he's been able to find these stretches of time where his game looks so good, and then he just not able to keep it going, almost like runs out of gas or something. And Berto certainly feeling the pressure now as he's fighting for his Season 3 life here. Able to drop his score down to 164, so smart darts there from Berto to leave himself an out. But Ron Sargent, 156, not going to be able to force it, looking for a big ton here to leave himself 56. He's able to grab it. So 164 versus 56. I feel like it has to go here for Berto, not able to find that first part of the combination. Able to pick up a trip 16. So, unfortunately for Berto, that will not get it done. It will not get him under a ton. Now Ron Sargent looking to go for 2 legs on the spin. If he can find this 56. Looks like there might be some issue here with the tablet. Not sure what's going on there. Looks like Ron's just more or less, look at him. He's vibing. He's bopping out, keeping his hands warm. Looks like there might be some serious tablet trouble here. 56 there found for Roberto. leaving himself 108. So Ron, 56 remaining, able to find the 16 for double 20. Able to grab it in 2 darts, so a clinical take there from Ron Sargent.
Balboni Darts is the name in darts for Central Massachusetts and beyond. From dart sets and boards to accessories and apparel, they're the one-stop shop for any player looking to stock up or upgrade. Whether you're stepping up to the line for the first time or competing for trophies and checks, Balboni Darts is the store that the champion selects.
Again, another case where the average is higher than the out. So hitting the out, well, never mind. It actually brought his average up to 79.11. So great darts there from Ron. Again, this guy has ice in his veins, trying to keep his hands warm. But cold hands will not deter this man from getting what he wants, and that is to retain his spot above the WPL Season 3 standings in a big 1-2-5 to lead off there for the Dreamboat. My goodness. Solid darts here for Ron. And Berto just looking to try and hold station, hold steady, only able to find 55. And Ron, the Dreamboat, already setting sail for his first stop of this leg. Looking for another destination stop if he can find a big ton plus. Can't do it. So having some fun on the cruise lines, maybe going for some drinks, some free food, maybe some dancing. Ron Sargent looking to try and find his way into more fun activities on his cruise. Berto able to pick up a ton there. Great stuff. Dropping his score down to 346. Ron 316, so still in front. And this is Ron's leg to hold, so theoretically Ron should get down to an out first. Not able to grab that trip 20, so push 2 darts outside in that 5 segment. Only able to pick up 40. And now Berto, big opportunity here to try and catch back in front if he can grab a triple. Can't do it, only locking in 41, so unfortunate round there for Berto. Ron, 276 now. First dart's a great guide if he can find a little bit more elevation. Okay, maybe too much elevation. Hone it down a little bit, only able to find 60. And that jersey that Ron is wearing, DPNE, Dart Players New England jersey, I believe it has the Dreamboat nickname brandished across it. Berto able to find a solid ton there, jumps in front just barely. I think it was a joke last season that Ron's nickname really wasn't the Dreamboat. It was more or less a WPL thing, and this is just my understanding. It could have been a nickname, but he's really, well, embraced the nickname, embraced the personality, and really enjoys it now, which is always great. Love the fact that he loves the nickname. Don't want to give somebody a nickname that they don't enjoy. That would be quite awkward. Ron Sargent 151 finds the first part going down to trip 17s. Pulls it way high, so now going back up to 20s. Able to find 97. That would have been a nasty take if he could have found it. That trip 17, excuse me. Berto 145 finds the first part down to trip 15 or trip 19. Wanted to go a different route. Okay. So 79 scored here. Got to bust out the old calculator because my caster math is just not that great. So he has 66 remaining. The old calculator doing me proud there. Only able to grab the single 10 with that third dart. I wish my mental math was that good, folks. That would have been crazy if I was able to calculate that quickly. So now Ron, 54 remaining. Had no trouble with 56. So you have to assume this is going to be light work here. Going for 18, double 18, and making it look good. My goodness. Ron Sargent, no messing about here on the doubles. If he's not at 100% double rate here, I'm not sure what his doubles percentage is, but that is, well, it's nasty, and Berto's already finding himself a set down here after a very short period of play. So Berto under pressure. The sirens are blaring. The emergency lights are flickering. And Ron not even reacting. He almost doesn't seem to have any emotion on him, just singularly focused on scoring big visits here. Solid ton there for Ron. And Berto looking to try and fill it up to answer. Able to find the big ton 40 from Berto, so a great start to this leg. Great darts from both guys. And Ron, here he comes, the Dreamboat. Already catching some waves, so now looking to go around the world. Wanted all the cricket triples there if he could find it, but still a great visit nonetheless. Berto even laughing about it. He's enjoying it. Ron putting on a display here for everybody. But Berto is still not that far behind, so you cannot count this man out. Another ton 40 maybe. Ton 40 for Berto Santos. So great darts on display. Able to leave himself 161. And now Ron Sargent on the back foot after a awesome display of scoring firepower there from Berto. Bombs away for Ron, though. Not at an out. Berto looking to jump in front even further. Wants to put some serious pressure on Ron to try and knock down this 168. Berto has 121 remaining. Able to grab a single 17, but that's still a good big single. The worst thing that you could do in that situation is hit a 3 or a 2. 104 is certainly manageable. And now Ron Sargent leaving himself 108. 88 remaining now. So there are many ways to go about 88. And looks like Ron wanted the single 18. So pointing to the camera there, he knows that we caught that. Leaving himself 87 and Berto 104 remaining. Now finds the first part for 44. Finds 12 for 32. Able to find the big 104. Berto Santos with the big ton plus take.
Since 2014, U.S. Sports and Apparel has been helping teams, companies, and organizations look their best. From embroidered polos to customized uniforms and fan gear, they have the expertise and the people to do it all. Their catalog includes spiritwear, athletic equipment, and promotional items. From mugs and golf balls to jackets and hoodies, everything is branded to your specifications. For gear that works as hard as you do, trust in U.S. Sports and Apparel to get the job done right.
Putting on a strong defensive effort here to hold throw. What a take from Berto. Nice darts. Now Ron Sargent, a man who we haven't seen that much emotion from this game. Has his cage been rattled a little bit? Has Berto demanded some attention from the Dreamboat? And Berto looking to get underway again here with something fierce. Looks like only 85, but still a great way to get off the line. 416 to 441. Ron looking to put on some serious pressure. Not able to find a pair in there. Only able to find a ton, so still a great visit. But man, Berto has been able to really find the triple 20 segment, really using these markers well. Of course, as I say that, Caster's jinx. Only able to pick up 45 there, so Berto just barely hanging in there, keeping pace. Ron, this is his leg to hold throw, and he is starting to make this look easy, folks. How many ton-plus rounds have we seen so far in this game from Ron? 83.14 average. My goodness. Immediate pressure on Berto. And this is one of those things that I was saying in the previous game between Joe and Mike that, you know, when your opponent is on an absolute heater of a leg where they just don't seem to be missing the triple 20 segment, what can you do other than shrug your shoulders and just say, well, I'm giving it all I've got, Captain, but it's just not enough. And Ron picking up the 59 there. Still, 142, already at an out. Berto needs another one, you feel, to just try and hang in there. Does find the big 140, so a great visit. Able to drop the score down, but not able to get into outshot range. So 82 remaining now for Ron, finding that first dart. Wants trip 14. Not able to find it, just barely grazed it to leave 68 now. So Ron doing the calculations, carrying those numbers, using his multiplication skills, able to find that 18, so will leave himself a solid 50. And we saw a very cheeky cheeky attempt at hitting the double bull with 50 left. You have to be an absolute madman to do that. You have to be. And I have a feeling that Ron Sargent, after that visit from Berto Santos, only able to find 22, is going to go straight at the button here. I have a feeling he's going to do it. Oh, boo. Ron's no fun. I don't want to party on the Dreamboat cruise line, but he ignores what the critics have to say for sure. Able to make that 50 look easy. 2 darts, bang, bang darts. Ron able to tie up this set now, 1 leg apiece. Berto looking to get off the line in a hurry. If he can just hold the line, able to pick up 81 to get ahead in a hurry. And now Ron Sargent, again, under some pressure here to find that triple 20 segment. 2 darts just elevated above, needs to drop it, can't do it. So this has really been a tale of 2 sets here, ladies and gentlemen. That first set that we arrived slightly late into, Berto got taken out 3 legs really quickly by Ron, who just was not missing. Then Berto came out with an absolute heater of a leg himself, and now maybe has startled Ron a little bit, maybe is shaking the confidence. Ron not able to put the darts together here. Berto held his throw, looking to hold here again if he can find some big numbers. Needs to walk that 3rd dart in there. Can't do it, goes too high, but does keep those darts steady. Will leave himself 324. Ron on 397. First dart again, elevated, needs to find the correction down just in that top left corner. If he can find 2, but he pushes it wide. 95, I believe, found. Indeed it is for Ron Sargent, so jumping ahead ever so slightly. And now Berto Santos looking to try and make the correction down. Needs it, can't get it done. 45 locked in, not enough. Ron Sargent, who was able to pick up a big visit, now looking for more. Once the correction goes high again, so really, unlucky. Tough 3rd there for the Dreamboat. Finds the right elevation, but not the right range. And now Berto really can't afford to find more of those. Needs at least 1 triple here. Can't get it done. 41 found. Might have been a deflection off the flight. Tough darts from both guys. And here we go again. Ron, almost like clockwork, finding that first dart ever so slightly elevated above that triple 20 segment. Can't find any in there. So both guys starting to flounder around a little bit. Berto 238. Even closer now. Oh my goodness, how close can you get? Oh, how close can you get? I mean, you can tell by the reaction of Berto, he can't believe that either. 193, Berto first under 200, but Ron just behind him. That might be a tough blocker to get around. And that's the danger of hanging around, finding the 3rd dart. Great correction down to that trip 19 segment. But that's the danger of hanging around if that first dart is just blocking it. Here we go again. These guys just doing the harder shot of getting close, but not able to get in there. Berto finally able to pinch it, putting his score down to 93. Ron, 122 remaining now. Only finding 3, so 119 remaining now for Ron. Able to find the big 19. Going back upstairs, only able to find 20, so 80 remains for Ron. 93, a very gettable 93 here for Berto. If he can just find the combination. Taking a breath, Berto focusing up. Knows he can get it done. 7 found. Leaves him 86, so trip 18 now to leave himself double 16. Doing some mental math. Trip 18 seems to be the target. Not able to grab it, wrong side of the wire. Leaves himself 74, so now eyeballing the 14 target. He will be in front of Ron. But now Berto giving up some seriously important chances to Ron, who has looked so good on his doubles. Able to find 42 with that last dart to leave himself double 16, so serious pressure put on by Berto. But now Ron Sargent Oh, I have a feeling he might go double-double. I'm going to say that every single time, but I really do believe it. He's eyeballing the top of the board. Oh, he wanted it. So first dart is safe. 60 remains. And a huge missed dart for that. Wow. I can't believe that he pulled that far wide. Ron upset with himself there. And Berto wants double 16. Double 8 now. And he busts. Berto busts. Unfortunate second dart on the wrong side of the wire, giving up another chance here for Ron, who should be dead in the water. But instead, he is still alive, and he wants to take this leg to steal it down to double 10. Able to find it with the second dart, so a break, a critical break. And now Ron looking to hold his throw and take this game 2-0. Just needs one more leg. The Dreamboat just about to set sail. And not looking to settle for anything less. He has played so well this season, is currently atop the standings. He wants to finish the regular season as the man to beat. Berto finding a critical triple 20 here, wants another one. The throw looks to be so smooth, so figured out here from Berto. Able to keep a nice rhythm on those tosses. Ron looking for a minor correction now. Drops it a little too low. And able to find the third one. Split the difference between those first. Able to find that ton. So now Berto Santos, 416, needs to keep pace, needs to find a triple. Great second dart if he can use that line. Unfortunately, he can't. So now Ron starting to find his legs, starting to find his sea legs, excuse me. Second dart not able to find its way in there. Third dart not able to find its way in there either. So things are not looking good here for Berto. 371 remaining. Ron sitting at 283. Berto needs to start hitting tons. 60s will not do. Able to locate the ton to keep the pressure on. Only a measly couple points in front of the Dreamboat. But if Ron finds darts like that, things may start to change in the favor of Berto Santos. Not able to find a triple 20, only finding 55. So a big visit here from Berto can really change the whole characteristics of this leg. If he can find a triple 20, needs it more than anything. Not able to grab it, so 45 found. Not enough. Both guys neck and neck more or less. And that first dart will be a dagger for Ron Sargent. Wants to fill it up if he can. Able to find the trip 18 for a big 1-3-4. Solid round there for Ron to leave himself 94. And unless Berto can find a correction, a serious correction here, his race in Season 3 might be run. Ron Sargent, 94 remaining. Not able to grab the first part of the combo or the second part. Curious second dart there. So 19 scored. Leaves himself 75. And after that third dart, will leave him 58. So 181, no out for Berto. Marooned on 181 Island. Can only look to set up now. Unable to find the second dart. Able to find a third, so a little bit of pressure on, but he will have to rely on heavy mistakes from the Dreamboat, who has put up a solid game. Ron taking a breath, settling himself. 18 found, 2 darts at double 20, and it's over. Ron Sargent able to secure this game with a 76.57.
Looking for a way to support the Worcester Premier League directly? Check out our coffee page. Every dollar donated goes right back into the league, helping us cover operations and build a bigger prize pool for the players. Your support makes it possible for us to keep the WPL growing season after season. Once again, your donation helps us keep the competition thriving and the darts flying. Visit our page at coffee.com/WPL darts to make a contribution today.